Yes, we're gonna play this. So, Lullaby is a single map WOD, so it has only one map. This will be a very large map, but I can guarantee that this will be just incredibly high quality. So you're up for a treat. This is one of my favorite maps ever. This is, as you can see, just absolutely gorgeous. Um, Also, the gameplay will be just top notch. Just everything what you think about in Doom map, just everything works so well over here. So this is just absolute masterpiece. For me, this is in a top 5 greatest maps ever. So just real masterpiece. And this will take quite some time, so we have no rush anywhere. So, why exactly are we playing this map, aside from the fact how amazing it is? So, as I mentioned, this is absolutely huge map. There is so much variety, so much different, I don't know if I can call it gimmicks, but anyway, like so many different things and so much room for strategies. That some kind of walkthrough is, in my opinion, needed. By the way, there is one path, there are 2 paths, and I'm gonna go over here. So, basically, some kind of walkthrough will help depending on your skill level, but people in my skill level, so not very high skill, we need very exact strategies, what to do, where to progress, and so on. And when I found this map, I had quite a rough time clearing this, so I enjoyed the map itself, but it was very difficult to clear. So this is not very difficult map by itself, but especially if you don't want to use saves or that kind of stuff, it does have a it does put up a fight. By the way, that is the easiest path. So we have 3 paths, as I mentioned. That is the easiest one, and maybe this is the toughest one, so I'm gonna go over here. So anyway, I personally, when I started playing this map years and years ago, I had quite a rough time because I didn't exactly have any good strategies. Although back then I didn't try to do it without saves, but especially when I did go for saveless runs, the thing was that I couldn't find any cool videos about like walkthrough style videos. So I found other things, yes. So for example, there was like blind playthroughs or some Doom God runs or no commentary stuff, whatever. So I found quite a lot of different videos, but not like walkthrough stuff. I was actually hoping for quite some time that some guy, like let's say Lightning Bolt Forever, would have done video about this. But since I have not seen that kind of stuff, maybe there is, but I have because I haven't seen that stuff. I thought I'm gonna do it myself. So if nothing else, at least I can document my own things, my own strategies in this map. The difficulty in this map, as I mentioned, this does put up a fight, but I would say that overall the difficulty is somewhere around like Plutonia level. except the fact that this is very, very large map. But yeah, pound for pound, if you take like a separate little parts in this map, those are not that much more difficult than Sony. By the way, ooh, that looks interesting. Wow. Hey. Yes. Hello, me. Hi. So yeah, what was that? Well, that was of course yellow key card, but what else? So there will be, as I mentioned, there are 3 paths in this map, and you need to clear all of them. But in each of these paths have a skull key. We haven't seen those skull keys just yet. By the way, Archvile over here. So there are 3 skull keys that we will see relatively or somewhat soon. But aside from the skull keys, you also have key cards, and those are optional. And we're gonna see way later in this map what do we do with those key cards. And holy moly, this looks amazing. This is probably the most beautiful room I have ever seen in Doom. By the way, if you drop over there, you will be teleported back up and take the tiniest bit of damage. So let's avoid that. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Just beautiful room. Okay, now let's not go. So, absolutely massive fight starts. So you... the Archviles got me. Okay. So yeah, there will be 3 mankeys over there. And yes, it is true that mankeys are awesome with infighting, but the problem is that there is so little room over here that I have no trust in them at all. So I don't care about their infighting, because they are just so random. They might just suddenly switch their target, or then they don't switch target, they just shoot at somebody else, but I end up in a crossfire. So that's why those guys need to go. Yeah, this should be everybody. So there is a little bit of cleanup, especially since there are Archviles, yes, in my left hand side, but also Revenants, and those Revenants are actually walking around. They are semi-stuck behind that fence, but they can still do quite a lot, plus those seeking missiles can be problematic. Holy moly, those tacos are just incredible pain. Even more so than usual. But yeah, this is quite a fight. And the thing is that we are just starting. Those Archviles shouldn't target you. Of course, they did target right at the start because I was so close. But other than that, they are so far away that in case you don't hurt them, you know, this area is safe. So, but yeah, this was the start of this one path. And as I said, we have 3 paths. And each of these 3 paths, in my opinion, has around 3 sections. So we have cleared 1 section from 1. So we have quite a lot to do, given the fact that we are 9 minutes in. And actually, aside from that, then we have the final fight as well. So we will have quite a lot to do. But as I said, this is a treat. This is just such a cool challenge. Anyway, let's keep going. So there is we will keep going. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm gonna grab that and then keep. So we are looking for a skull key. But key card. Interesting. Remember, key cards are fictional. Oh, what is that? What is that indeed? Hey, another key. Another secret key card. So yeah, these 3 secrets are each secret key cards. So, and there is some D-hack magic that those Mancubus fireballs keep flying. I don't know how that happens, but thankfully there are no actual Mankeys in those walls, so we don't have to waste time doing like a, you know, Plutonia map 31 style that you have to kill enemies that are lurking in the wall. Although I love Plutonia's map 31 anyway. Yeah, just I think I gotta say now, since I still remember, pretty much everything in this map is just gorgeous. Just so beautiful. This is the most beautiful map I have ever seen. But I will not highlight that too much. Just, you know, because these visuals are just so beautiful that, you know, it's needless for me to use my broken English to explain that. So I'm not ignoring that, it's just that it's meaningless for me to repeat the same words for 50 minutes or something. This will be, as I mentioned, very large map. So okay, and as you saw there, we will have a mastermind incoming, and this is one really fair and sweet thing in this map. So pretty much every time when something is about to happen, especially when monsters are incoming, there are like hints or warnings. So for example, we can see that yes, she's about to join the party. Okay, so the second section of this first path. By the way, that doesn't trigger the fight just yet. It lowers the key card to be exact. So this does initiate the fight. So Kakos and this lady. Okay, Mastermind, open fire. Mastermind. Yes. Okay, that was good enough. That was good enough. And now I'm gonna ignore you. Stop shooting at me. Shoot at the Kakos. Okay, and now I try to drop them if possible. Okay, that's good enough. You need to go. Reason why I wanted to drop them is the fact that if you fall, you don't die, so that's not a death pit, but you will be teleported to the place where those Hell Nobles were. So there has been unsuccessful runs during my time where I have accidentally fallen, and well, that's fine. I take, well, this happens, and that's not too bad. But what happens is that those Hell Nobles just, you know, scratch and burn me to crisp in a few seconds, and then I'm done. It's just absolutely humiliating. But, you know, that kind of stuff happens. By the way, you don't actually have to go for the infighting in this map, so I'm probably sort of done with that, especially since these Kakos are somewhat slow. Well, they are actually doing a good job killing me, so maybe I shouldn't insult them too badly. Well, maybe I'm gonna insult them anyways. So anyway, yeah, nothing punishing with the ammunition. I'm pretty sure I actually I left a little bit of shotgun shells right next to the opening area, so there is a lot ammunition, so no worries in that. So, how many times is it possible to fall over here? But anyways, I really need some area over there. I actually have an extra green armor as well, and of course those resources, there will be so much resources all around the map when we keep progressing. So no worries with that. So as you can see, there is like nothing insanely... Oh man, that is just unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Anyway, there is nothing like horrendously difficult over here. But the thing is, like, there is just so much to do, and you just have to keep going, and you will have quite rough fights all over the place, and we are like 16 minutes in. Okay, that was maybe the last one. So, let's leave. And by the way, it is interesting that every time when the Kako falls, its corpse disappears. So there is some interesting thing. I think maybe it is just the fact that this is so dreamlike, this atmosphere. So it's those corpses disappear because it makes it feel more surreal. By the way, let's be quick over here. I must say that I don't like this fight. This is the only thing in this map that I don't care for. So there is a cyber and there are so many pain elementals. I really don't understand why is this over here. This just doesn't have, like, I just really don't understand why is this over here. Like, this is really slow, this is really repetitive. I don't know how does this reward your good Doom playing abilities. Just, yeah, I don't care for this part. Of course, it is just one fight in this entire map, but that one part is a little bit lame. Okay, at least two elementals still, and this maybe was the last one. So, okay, and now Lost Souls, it would be absolutely awful thing from you to block me. So please don't do it. Okay. Just a little bit more. But yeah, this is... I don't care for this fight at all. Okay, yes. So... these guys can technically follow you over there. So it's not actually like bad strategy or anything, but the thing is, like, usually not all pain elementals follow you there. The rest hang around over here. Cyber infights with them, and then it's just huge mess. Thankfully the Cyber Demon does clean up some of the Lost Souls, but still, it's just a little bit lame. So sorry, I didn't like that fight, but that was the only thing in the entire map that I didn't care for. So that's done. So now that was the third and the final section of this first path. Well, of course, there is like tiniest bit stuff to do over here, what we are doing. But anyway, we are basically done with one of these sections. Only a couple of revenants over here, and then we are done. So, okay, and now let's collect this stuff. And that armor that I mentioned. So we have, no, not over there. Back to the start over here. So that armor. And now, let's see, did I... Yes, I did leave this ammunition over here, I thought so. So, very nice. So let's clear those guys. And yeah, so in my opinion, so now we started the second path, and for me this is sort of like a coin flip. Which one is the tougher one? This or the other path. So, okay, Paco. Okay. So the Spectre don't do anything silly. And Paco, I don't want your corpse over there, so please move. Yep, that's fine. And now, there is Spectre somewhere. Yes, there you are. No funny business, because I'm gonna need rockets for this guy. Okay, and another Spectre somewhere over here. Sometimes he actually dies in a crossfire, but anyway. So, the first fight of this second path. Let's collect this stuff, and there will be quite a lot of enemies over there and over there. So, we have to hang on a little bit. I don't know, is it like 15, 20, 30 seconds, something like that. And then they have moved, hopefully enough, and done a little bit of infighting as well, so that we can start circle strafing. It's a little bit skimpy. Oh, maybe I can... Okay, yeah. So now it's basically those Revenant rockets and that kind of stuff, so... Holy moly. There shouldn't be anything difficult over here, but... And if you're going for either side over here, you need quite a lot of firepower, because those two spiders should drop, and the thing is, like, you have to drop them quite quickly. Otherwise, these guys will launch so many Revenant rockets, other plasma projectiles, whatever, so... I don't suggest going for this or the other area too early. I usually have trouble with that. So, you are the last one. And, well, of course there are these guys. And, okay. So now, let's see. You see something interesting over here? Wait, this is upside down. If this looks a little bit cryptic, there was actually a hint. I don't think I remember to point this out, but we visited over there earlier. This blue key was visible. So I think that this map is very, very fair. So if that is the toughest secret, well, that was probably the toughest secret to find. I think that is a very nice hint for it. So let's keep going. So first section of this second path. Yeah. Let's be careful. So Mancubus will do a magic trick. Yes. Okay, very nice magic trick. And I understand somebody might say that that was a little bit mean, but I gotta say that given all the insanity in Doom maps, I would say that's still relatively fair. I think I have to go for this. It's probably oh well, it's possibly wasted. And now, ho 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 ho, we're gonna have quite a fight over here. Yep. So let's collect everything what we might need. Once again, this doesn't trigger the monsters to teleport in, but the key lowers. And I think I have everything what I need. And I think there will be roaming enemies as well, but that guy goes first. And if you know, please tell me why does that guy die so quickly? So, like, these guys have barely any health. They just die, like, you know, that feels like a Mancubus health or something. So, it's like, it is so weak. Like, really, really weak. And we can see it. Okay, I didn't get too much plasma on these. These two guys. But still, you can see that is not normal. Like, that's not normal at all. So these guys are so soft. And the weird thing is that every other cyber demon in this map is completely normal except these four. Like, the obvious thing is to say that, okay, those are dehacked. So it's like those are like doubles of actual cyber demons. And like Rebix has some, like, in, was it Magnolia or Stardate or something? And of course, I have never played those maps. Those are like way past my skill level. But anyway, there are like some weak cyber demons. So that is like the obvious thing. So maybe there is something like that. I mean, this is non-vanilla map anyways. And even... Oh, crap, you little jerk. Anyway, this is like a non-vanilla map, so there are like just so many things, I'm sure, what the mappers or mapper can pull. So, that is the most obvious thing, but of course, since this is non-vanilla stuff and I'm not mapper at all, so maybe there is some other things, like if there is some, because they are in those spheres, so is it possible that inside those spheres the damage gets like you know, magnified or something? I don't know if that is possible in Doom, but anyway. This is quite simple thing over here, so nothing even close to the same mess that we saw with the one cyber and those pain elemental. So this is like a mini version of that, so nothing difficult over here. But anyway, there was something weird with those cybers, but I gotta say that it was very good choice to use like non-vanilla cybers, or let's say just weak cybers, because killing 4 cybers over there would be very monotonous. And even if there would be something else, like let's say Arachnos, that's like, yeah, that's fine, but I still like this version way more. Okay, so there is one elemental, and stop hiding. Stop hiding. No, you're not elemental. You're definitely not an elemental. You're not elemental either. Okay. Wait. Was it honestly so that out there I thought so. I just cannot believe that Elemental just suddenly drops dead over there. Anyway, let's keep going. So, once again, if you know, please tell me what is wrong with these archviles. Like, why are they not reviving those mankeys? Because, I mean, maybe it is the case that they are blocking that area by themselves. So that's the only thing I can think of. Because these are normal archviles. They revive guys if the guy has died right next over here, or if a Kako has died over there. So those archviles can revive dudes. Okay, be careful. Once again, there was a hint for these. These guys were visible in the window. But anyway, those archviles, only those two guys, something weird with them. I don't know what. So, now, this is almost the end of the second path. And, yeah, we are over half an hour in. So, large map very clearly. And now the final path anymore. And this is the hands down the easiest one here. And let's start with this little cleanup. Okay. So yeah, I gotta say right now that in case you happen to be like a relatively new with Doom, or if you have the similar thing as myself, that if I wanna go for the if I try new map, I much rather do my best with no save runs, even if it's difficult. Please consider lowering the difficulty. So it's in this map, like I had way. By the way, be careful with specters. So I had way more fun in this map using Hurt Me Plenty than with my early save scummy ultra violence run. And I have that type of thing very often. So I just really personally don't like saving. It just destroys the game flow. And in this map, if you happen to have a rough time with these fights, for example, if you happen to be really new with Doom, by the way, I'm gonna be weirdo and save that. So if you happen to be very new with Doom, please consider using easier difficulties, because I have tried those and those are very good. Especially Hurt Me Plenty. I don't remember if I tried the easy one, but Hurt Me Plenty was absolutely great. I know that people are often frowning upon easier, or anything except ultra violence and nightmare, but honestly, no shame with that. Anyway, be careful. 3 revenants. Okay, there. No, don't go. No, yeah, hahaha. Just barely. Anyway, this started very nicely. There is also health behind me, so if you happen to take a little bit of damage, no problem. And now, we have this cave thing. So once again, like, I'm not gonna try to use my very simplistic descriptions to describe how beautiful this map is, but I gotta point out that one really cool thing in this map is the fact that how different everything looks. So, like this cave thing, we haven't seen anything like this up till this point. I mean, we saw those outside areas, but those were like more like a outer, I don't know, outer space, but anyway, like some kind of a weird, non-realistic outer space things. Just, yeah. And here we have this cave section thing. So totally different. Yeah. And as I said, this area is like hands down or let's say this path that we are doing, the third path is hands down the easiest one. And one reason is, and the main reason for that matter, is that this area is just littered with power-ups. So there is a blueberry, we went past one blueberry, and then there is another blueberry that we will see very very soon. It's almost available right now. So and then the mega armor, and yes, mega armor, not green armor. So yeah, this is, there is a very good reason why I leave this area for the last one, because once again, like, if you happen to be doing some Doom God runs, you have your own very impressive strategies, but you know, I have to think about this stuff because I don't want to die here. Well, Doom Gods don't want to die either, but it's very realistic for me that I screw up things in many of these fights, so I much rather leave this area for the last, because there is so much room for error. Yeah. There is actually quite a lot of guys all around. I try to be careful that these little sneaky boys don't do anything weird. But anyway, these guys are sort of, you know, flooding in little by little. Nothing insane over here. But still, like, oh, that was very well timed. But anyway, little by little, these guys keep approaching me. But yeah, there will not be like big surprises, like some, you know, pop-up cyber attack or anything weird like that. Well, this map doesn't have anything crazy, so I think that is again one reason why I respect this map, because this is just very much approachable or something like that. I don't know what's the word, but anyway, like, this works for many people, and especially if you go for the difficulty settings, I gotta say that even if you're a total noob, I don't see any problem with that. So let's keep going. Okay, that cleanup should be mainly done, so there are these guys and then couple chain gunners probably still roaming around, and possibly one mancubus. Okay. Yeah, the last guy. Okay, I can see. Yeah, and there is the mancubus I was mentioning. Okay, you're done. Yeah, there is actually that other blueberry, so as you can see, you're very much taken care of, so... there was the gunner, imp, and so on. So, now we are almost, or maybe we are pretty much ready for the second part of this fight. So I'm gonna grab that armor. And by the way, I could have, of course, grabbed that armor way earlier. We don't have to save that for some stuff that happens like a half an hour later or anything like that. So yeah. What's gonna happen over here? So, well, nothing happens yet because I haven't triggered the fight yet. So, when I grab that key, these guys will pop in. I will probably go over here. So once again, very nicely, there is hints that, and not just hints, but it's clearly shown to you that okay, this stuff will happen. So, two guys, or one guy and one lady down, and you, yes, he died. Spider, you can wait a little. Okay. Oh, that was very nice. And... oh, just there. And now the Archvile. Yeah, that was it. And now just clean up for mainly the guys that the Archviles revived. But yeah, that's it. So if you compare this stuff to, well, mainly the, well, I would say the two first big fights that I cleared in this map, like, this is way easier in my opinion. So anyway, this area, by the way, is just awful if you happen to miss some lost souls. So let's hope I haven't missed any. So now let's just flip those switches and leave. And there will be just a mini fight over here. And, okay, revenants are down, and you. This guy probably is the very last one before our final fight. So, now the switch is over here, and now we have only the final fight. And we have all the optional keys, all mandatory keys, so we are ready. Only thing to do is to grab this Berserk over here, because we have almost 300 enemies, including Cybers, Archviles, and that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna punch out every single one. No, wait, of course no. I'm not gonna punch out anybody. But I just wanted the item. So, here, if you have all the keys, this opens up. Very nice. BFG. And once again, holy moly, this looks gorgeous. Okay, that's it. So, that triggers the fight, but there is like a lot of stuff inside over here. I gotta get the armor and a couple of rockets maybe. And now let's initiate the fight. So now I'm gonna clear these Archviles, because that is actually very nice hidey hole. So you stop it, and now the guys keep swarming in from both paths over here. So let's do our best. I'm gonna switch to plasma at some point, but I try to hang on a little while. Also, I need actually to... Okay, go away. Okay, let's go for the plasma. So, I recommend clearing... clearing those spiders at relatively good time. Because the thing is, like, they are guarding some ammunition, plasma in particular, and if you happen to run dry with, well, plasma or rockets, it's kinda inconvenient if there is like quite a few spiders in your way. Okay, now there is somewhere 2 cyber demons, and the thing is, like, I can never see them. They are lurking somewhere there. They might do absolutely anything. I am extremely concerned. Because there might be just random phase rocket at any point in time. The best case scenario is that... Yeah, okay, I saw it. Rockets. So, best case scenario is that they walk in the center, and there is one cyber in the center. Where is the other one? Come on, where's the other... Oh. Come on. I actually don't want you to start infighting. I'm just so concerned because I cannot see the other one. Why are you targeting me, Archvile? I will kill you way later. Okay. Gosh. Okay, I'm gonna clear you guys because I just don't have... Oh, there it is. There's Cyber. Okay, where's the other one? Okay, you guys, you should, yes, there you are. Yeah, that's good. You know the buddy system. Never leave your buddy behind. That's just common sense. Yeah. But yeah, as you can see that there is quite a few things can go wrong in this fight. Okay, you should have actually stayed over there. I don't want to get this close. You're a little bit too threatening for my liking. I don't remember what was I saying. But anyway, let's keep going. So, I was probably gonna say something about the buddy system. Yeah. So, there might be some... Oh, there. Yeah, I thought... No. That should be very nice. Maybe even Archvile died. Okay. And now these are the last guys. So, by the way, I put in the description the link once again to the WOD. And if you happen to have the same thing as me, so if you happen to have trouble, yeah, that was the last. So if you happen to have trouble with running this map, there is a low specs version and a regular version for this map. So with the low specs version, which I'm running right now, this runs amazing even in old computer. So if you have technical difficulties with the regular one, please try the low specs. Anyway, this is it, and yeah, we are done. Everything, all the kills, all the items, all the secrets. So yeah, this is absolute masterpiece. as I have said, this is just everything pretty much is perfect in this map. That one minor little thing in that one, you know, cyber elements or whatever. This is just fantastic map. I love everything in it pretty much. So it's probably in the like the fourth best map I have ever played. So just I think the mapper is called Danlex. I think his name was like Alexander or something. But anyway, wonderful job you have done. You have, you know, carved your name in Doom history, and you know, just yeah. I just don't have any words. There is this little thing that we are basically done. So this is not an actual map. Yeah. So, yeah. Hello, Daisy. So, this was it. So just, I would recommend this map for absolutely anybody. So whether you're a noob or seasoned veteran, I'm sure you will get so much out of this map. And if you wanna go for the more like no save things, learning these strategies, I hope this video helps you out with that stuff. Yeah, and use difficulty settings if you like. This is just fantastic in every way. But yeah, I think I have said everything what I wanted. So we're gonna call quits. So this was Lullaby. Everybody, go to sleep. That's it.